I was on a call with a client, and the client informed me that he had already received two quotes on this project. So we continued talking. I let him know how we priced out our services. I let him know generally what he could expect, and then the client even gave me a brief demo of his web app, and I told him about what he could expect from our proposal. And so towards the end of the call, the client let me know that one of the quotes was from an overlay widget seller, and they had quoted him $10,000 for this VPAT service. And that's what's on this opening slide. I'm going to scroll down right now and show you the screenshot from our proposal. And the total cost is $3,040. And so here we have a cost breakdown. The line items are a WCAG 2.1 AA audit. This is for desktop and mobile environments. This is priced at $2,000. The WCAG edition of the VPAT, so for the VPAT service, it was $550. And then 2.5 technical support hours priced at $490. And these technical support hours, for the most part, go to the validation of the fixes. So what happens is clients come to us, they ask us for a VPAT. The ACR is just the filled in and completed VPAT. So that's the accessibility conformance report. And if the client has time, what typically happens is we pause the process so they have a chance to fix the issues. And of course, we have to make sure that the fixes are made correctly. So that's what these hours, these technical support hours, are almost always used for, is just the validation of the issues. And as a result of the technical support hours, what ends up happening is the client has a cleaner ACR that they can deliver to the procurement agent. And of course, that reflects favorably upon the client's chances of getting the contract or getting the purchase, because they have their accessibility is in better standings. All right. So they have their product or service is more accessible or fully conformant with the technical standard. But you really wouldn't want VPAT services from an overlay widget seller anyway, because if the procurement agent is familiar with accessibility, they know that these overlay widget sellers have a horrible reputation because of what their whole organization is premised upon, which is really the overlay widget. And if anybody's familiar with accessibility, they know about overlay fact sheet. They know that that overlay widgets are a worst practice. You don't want to use an overlay widget. They know that they don't make your website WCAG conformant, that they do not stop lawsuits. So of course, I can go on and on about this. You can go to overlayfactsheet.com. You can go to overlayfalseclaims.com and read all about this. But the point is that when you have an ACR issued, you want it issued by a reputable provider, and definitely not any company that is affiliated or selling overlay widgets. So the cost difference was significant, and I don't know what would have been included with the overlay widget sellers VPAT services, but this is all the client needed to meet their objective, and so obviously the price differential is stark, but what we see in the marketplace, right? This is happening every day. It happens is that so many people are overpaying unnecessarily so, and just thousands upon thousands of dollars are being wasted. So obviously at prices, when clients are getting quotes as high, that are going into the five figures, a lot of them are researching and looking for other and asking about quotes from other service providers. But this is just, this was a very interesting anecdote that I wanted to bring forward, because I don't ask what other quotes are, but in this case, the client volunteered it. So $10,000 was quite steep. Now, this is not to say that VPAT services can't exceed $10,000. They certainly can. But for the client's digital asset, for everything that was in scope, this is a fairly simple project that definitely did not merit a $10,000 price tag. But you can really overpay. It depends, and right, it's just this is a gradient across the board. You go to different sellers, and you will get different quotes, and then varying levels of service along with that. And then um, you may also be pushed towards a package or a bundle that you really don't think you need or didn't want to begin with. And my approach is just to provide exactly what the client needs and nothing more. If there's a recommendation, I will make it and I will explain why. But there's never a push to buy anything that I don't think provides value to the client. But this was a really interesting anecdote, and I wanted to pass it along. If you need help with VPAT services, feel free to reach out to me. I will include a link to accessible.org in the description.